Hey guys, what's up today? Right now I'm coming to you from my kitchen, which, is nice because right now my room sucks with lighting. So, like I've said before, last couple of times I wanted to do this YouTube channel, I wanted to show a topic. And one of the things I did last week was I went to see Ready Player One. One of the things that I did last year was I actually, I bought the book for myself. Because when I heard this movie was coming out earlier, it was about video games, I thought, oh, maybe the book will actually be interesting. And so I picked it up and read it for my holiday. And it was one of those things where I read it and I loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was a fantastic book. I thought the characters were great to a degree. But I mean, I loved it, but I knew that I was kicking myself in the backside when I finished the book, because I knew that when the movie was going to come out, I had the feeling deep down in my heart that I wasn't going to like it. Because as everyone knows, the second that you read the book before the movie comes out, you instantly hate it, because that's the whole point. The book's never as good as the movie, It's one of the reasons why I don't like doing that, and one of the reasons why if you're gonna see a movie based on the book, watch the movie first and then read the book. I did that with It, and comparatively, the movie is good. I thought it was brilliant. The book is very weird, but in its own way good as well. But now, when it came to this movie, Ready Player One, I loved it. I thought it was good. Like, not great. I mean, I thought there were good points and bad points. There's a lot changed in the book, which I was quite surprised. A lot of character development that appeared to be slightly lacking. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hold on, let me try to actually do good points and bad points with this movie. The good points with Ready Player One was that it was a spectacle. It was something that Spielberg does best. Because when you want him to make a movie, you want him to transform you, take you into a brand new world, and that was something that he did. He made this virtual reality game that is in the book look something that I want in real life. It looks like, why wouldn't you want to play this game? It sounds brilliant, and I love the idea that you could go into this with a group of friends and play a movie that you thought, you know what, I've always wanted to be a part of this. Why don't we recreate that like they did in the movie? Where, sorry for spoilers if anyone hadn't seen it, but, where they're in the movie, they recreate a bit in The Shining, which is absolutely amazing. And you'd think to yourself, oh my god, if I could do that, I could take part in The Shining, play the role, seeing Jack with the axe, and it would be incredible. Now, having said that, there are a few points that I was a little bit about. There are some things that did change in the book, which is a bit difficult, because the guy who did write the book, Mr. Ernest Cline, lovely, he also wrote the movie. He wrote the script for it, which I thought was kind of weird. It's like he wanted to look back at it. He wanted to redo things that he thought he didn't like, which there are some things in it that I was like, whoa, that's a little bit creepy. Well, not creepy in the sense, but there was nothing about that in the book, and also, why isn't that bit in the book? But I knew I was going into, because the whole point of Ready Player One is that it's an adaptation. An adaptation is never the full movie. That is actually one thing I want to point out, just byline. The two main characters, Wade Watts, Parsifal and Artemis, are meant to be two, I wouldn't say ugly people, they're meant to be two people who don't like going in on the convention. They don't like to show themselves to the world. They like to hide away and be quite reserved about their own insecurities and about their own anxiety. That's why they're in the Oasis, a giant virtual reality game where you can be whatever you want. And there's a bit in it where you sort of look at it and how the movie does the whole Hollywood kid thing, where they put someone in glasses, they give someone the brush over their hair, and told them, oh, you're supposed to be ugly, when, look at me, I'm thinking, bitch, you are not ugly. You are beautiful. Just take off the stupid glasses. One of the reasons this topic about this video is important to me is because the overall message of the movie. Now, the whole point of the book, in any sense, is to sort of highlight the fact that you shouldn't have to play games that much. When you're in a virtual reality, that shouldn't be the only reality you have. You should also embrace the real world as well and have both sides. And also the idea that you shouldn't have to play alone. Yeah, the idea that you can have want both things, that you don't have to solely put your entire life into a video game, because that's not how you should live your life. You should be able to live to the fullest, be able to have a real life, to have real life interactions with people, but also to be able to go into this virtual world to have fun, because that's the whole point of the Oasis. It's meant to have fun, not to be this whole other world, you know, of people trying to escape. But which is a fine message, you know. I get it, you know. I play video games myself, and I know very well that you can't just put everything into a game. Yeah? But the way the movie sort of portrays it is a little bit hard, in the sense that, like, in the book it's quite subtle, in the sense that it's very much at the end. You sort of get it through the characters, you know, into how their lives are going through, what they should do, that you get there yourself. In the movie, it's more like Spielberg is trying to beat it into me with a sledgehammer. How much you shouldn't play video games all the time and how you should go outside. I was about an hour away into this movie, and it felt like Spielberg was, you know, my mum just walking into the living room saying, "You need to stop playing games and go outside." And I was like, oh God, okay, I get it. You don't have to just shoehorn it in, you know? Especially how the ending goes, which I was a little bit perplexed. Again, spoilers, although, you know. But at the end of the movie, Wade Watts, after everything he does, after he inherits the Oasis, he decides that, oh, you know, I'm going to turn it off every Tuesdays and Thursdays so that people can, you know, go out into the real world and actually have a life. Which I thought, that's a little bit harsh on some people, because, you know, I get the fact Wade, you finally met a girl, you have a loving relationship and everything else, but, you know, and you want people to have that, but, you know, from personal experience, meeting people's hard, you know, especially in the real world. I mean, I don't just talk to random people, you know. That's the joy of a video game. I can just talk to random people and it'll be fun. Especially how the gaming world is viewed. I mean, I have my own personal view on it. I mean, let's be honest, everyone has at some point thought video games, you know, oh, they can be sad, they can be lonely, you shouldn't have to do it all the time, it takes up too much of your time, too much of hours, and it's just, you know, you feel like a parent is telling people to go outside. But then, you know, as I grow over time, you sort of learn to not have those thoughts anymore, in the sense of, like, people always telling you, oh, you shouldn't pay much attention to a video game, you should go outside and have fun, as if that's something that isn't new. I mean, come on, like, that's been happening ever since entertainment was made. I mean, I still remember when TV shows did that. You know, how many TV shows could come up with the idea of, oh yeah, we need to show people that you shouldn't watch too much TV, or that, you know, you should turn it off once in a while and go outside, because, you know, it's not all your life. And I'm like, alright, okay, well, this is what, the 50th show to do this? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Because I get the fact that you should have moderation. You should learn to not put everything into one thing. You shouldn't put all your eggs into one basket. Yeah, which is a good life lesson. Yeah, but it's also the idea that, like, you shouldn't have to feel bad about playing a game, especially something like that, where if it's something where you feel comfortable in, or, like, want to play with actual friends that you met online and be able to have fun with people for a few hours, and, you know, go do it. I don't mind. If that's the only way that you can talk to your friends, play with them most of the time, yeah, have at it, you know. I'm not going to stop you from having fun with people. That's the whole point of a video game. It's meant to have fun with friends. I mean, we're living in a different world. I mean, that's a bit difficult right now to say, especially for Spielberg, to be like the grown-up who needs us to look at ourselves and think you know, the one thing you should do is not play games that much because they're not meant to, you know, just be part of you. You go outside once in a while. But I mean, come on, man. I like games. I mean, I get the idea of meeting people, you know, but also like it's a part of our lives now. You know, being in the world of gaming, being able to do so much. I mean, virtual reality isn't that far away. I mean, you know, with the PlayStation, has been doing it constantly with their newest games. I mean, it's a very weird way of how the movie did it, especially looking at that environment about how a lot of people think, oh, if the world becomes virtual reality, you know, if something like the Oasis actually happens, then the world will crumble. And I'm just sort of thinking, my God, you overdramatic people, it's only a game. The whole point of the Oasis in the book is that the world sucks. You know, like there's environmental disasters, there's an economic crisis. Why wouldn't people want to visit that world? You know, to have fun. Or at least just to get out of the mundane things for a few hours. Because one of the hardest things for anybody to do is to have to embrace reality once in a while. You know, reality is harsh sometimes. Not that it always is. That's the whole point of the message, I feel, about the movie and the book, is that reality isn't cruel all the time. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, the whole point of it is that it's the greatest experience you'll ever get that's actually real. Yeah, it doesn't mean like you can't have fun in the virtual world. It just means that you shouldn't have to only focus on the virtual world to have a life. It is something I recommend people seeing. You know, like, I mean, because it is something that families can see as well. It is a spectacle. It's Spielberg at his finest again after the BFG. I mean, because it is something where you look at it and you can only see it in cinemas. I don't know, it's a very difficult point. I mean, it got me a lot of thinking about games and such, and how there is a bit of a divide in terms of, you know, how video games should be viewed in modern media. I mean, because the whole point of video games is that they are a pastime like TV or film or, you know, music, and yet they don't get the same rep as much. At least not that I've seen in the last few years. I mean, they are slowly getting there. You know what I mean? The fact that you can have epic trailers for games, the fact that you can go to conventions where they've rented out theaters for thousands of people just to preview a game is amazing. I mean, you know, if I could have money, I'd go to them myself. But I mean, there's always going to be that little bias between, you know, the old and the new, in the sense of it transitioning from one to the other, which I think Spielberg is doing right now, which is fine. I mean, he is an old classic director. He's one of the best. And the fact that so much of entertainment now is being put through this transition of going from one thing to the other, you know, is difficult, but I don't think it's impossible. You know, I mean, because the whole point of a video game is to have fun. It is literally to hang out with friends, meet people, and just enjoy something. You know, gamers know this. Everyone knows this. No one spends their entire life in a video game. They'd be dead by now. On the sense of, like, even the saddest people know that they do have to go outside every once in a while. You know, speaking from experience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this. I love the book. I love games in general. But the message was a little bit much. I'd recommend getting the book. It is amazing to read. Bit of an info dump, which could also be said about the movie. The first 15 minutes of the movie is a giant info dump, because it has to be. It has to explain what the hell is going on, and that by the time it's over, you think, whoa, okay, that's a bit much. You know, just calm down. I get it. But overall, I would go see this movie again, or at least I'd recommend other people see it for their view. People who read the book, I caution it a little bit. There's a lot of things that change in the book, things that, like, they switched around, but, you know, the whole point of it is to see the Oasis in real life, or at least on the screen. And I think that's worth it. I think if you want to see what virtual reality could be like, go see this movie. Remember that it is only a game. You can have both. You can have fantasy and reality. The only question is how well do you want to balance it? That's your own choice. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Bye, guys.